Remember my last time, that's the kitten playing. If you hear any little scraping, scratching noise, her little stink ass. Um, I just got home not too long ago, took a shower. I said, let me do this reading. And I want to get y'all to know who I am until YouTube let me allow for me to get back into my tarot channel that's made for YouTube, which is Immaculate 101 Tarot. But let me get something said, do that. So let's get it in. Um, as I pulled out the cards from the deck, I got the star and in indifferent with the moon. So you're gonna get mixed feelings or hidden secrets about yourself, things that might discover you about yourself, or somebody who's looking into something about you, how you are, or you're going to discover something about someone, like a hidden inner intuition. Also, the moon in reverse, the moon upright with the star reverse means somebody looking into you, like somebody who admire you. Somebody who act like they admire you, or they're going to act like you're somebody of endearment to them, but really and secretly they're trying to gather information about you in reverse to go against you, or to make someone or someone's, whether it's job, person, place, or thing, defame you. So Capricorns, get ready for that. And here I see the 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 Emperor. This could this could be related to anyone of Venus. Venus could be a Libra, or Taurus, or someone who's impregnating any information about you, gathering information. Somebody who's looking into something, whether you may be in some form of social media, or you may they might go into your pages. They may have gone into something that looks formal about you. Or I also see this some form of mimicking energy, like someone who looks into your information. Maybe some of y'all are even going on job interviews, looking into some kind of work or something you're taking on that's foreign to you, whether it's people from foreign other side of the world, or any form of information that's being drawn to you. Anything that makes you look sensational. I see it as sensational. Um, when I see the star in reverse, it's somebody who's trying to gather dirt or dig up some kind of information, whether it's family, friends, anybody who you might know. This is not a negative reading. This is about um, to empower you guys. I'm never here to dismantle or create any, um, never here to break any of y'all down, or anyone who come in here. Anyone who come in here, welcome. Feel free to hit the like button. And those who knows that spirit resonate with y'all, that I give y'all the proper information, feel free to hit the like button, because this page initially was to bring forth my music career, and anything I have to do with anything Immaculate 101. So I want y'all to know that I'm not here to throw y'all off. And Spirit knows to bring in like people. And for those haters, y'all welcome, because I know a lot of y'all won't hit the like button because you hate yourselves that much that you will want to look for anything wrong with me, or anything you don't like about me. But it's really a dislike within yourselves to try and find any type of information regarding me. And I can live with that, because I know who I am and I know my value. And I know my value brings slow and true information. Even if y'all go to another readers, y'all be like, well, I go back to Mac, and Mac said the same thing. She just left out a few words. I could live with that. You know what I'm saying? But looking towards people who's looking for you to do something wrong, or something left out, or someone who you may deal with in some form of information, something about information being hidden purposefully. I also see with this, something told me to slow down. When you get the emperor, there's somebody who could be hiding a pregnancy. Also, pregnancies with an S, that's hiding information that they not certain who the parent is. Thank you, universe, for that. Someone who's hiding information about, they don't want you to find out that they got somebody pregnant, or you disclosing that type of information of some forms of pregnancies or anything pertaining to information. Also, you're keeping very much disclosed anything you got going on, Capricorn, or collective, because it's also collective reading, but my target is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. The lies you tell yourself in regards to any information that maybe you would rather keep private for your own protection, or someone who's keeping information from you that they don't want you to know, that you might find that might be public, and it's not so hard. Sometimes we think the information we are looking for is difficult because we live through perception of, if this person has always been nice to me, and like, remember, we see what we want to see. So imagine you looking at somebody in a high esteem. It'll be virtually impossible for you to see these informations until someone of dark information, which is either Capricorn, Scorpio, Pisces, to some degree, if they have heavy placements in Capricorn or Pisces, and to some degree Scorpio might reveal this information. When you go look, you'll be like, oh my God, they are correct. To some degree, if y'all at the near end of Capricorn, that information might even come through in Aquarius. You might hear it negatively, and it will throw you off in such information, because most people don't like information that's coming through Capricorn. I notice a lot of people, and this is known to be true before I even started astrology, they will always paint us in the light of the way we speak, that we sound like we coming from a negative place, because it rattles their inner demons, that they don't want to hear it coming from us. Brutally honest, coming from a goat, that it will sound negative, but later on it's true. And even if it's true, they don't want to give you that your flowers of you're saying it, that you spoke the truth. They don't want to give you that. They want to give it. They don't want to say nothing. They'd rather go somewhere and lick their wounds, because they want you to think that your information is coming from a negative place. But Capricorns, I know one thing's for certain, two things for sure. A lot of y'all, when y'all give people information, that should be facts. I ain't saying, it's like, I got to step outside myself, because we're in Pluto and Aquarius, and Pluto and Aquarius want real. Just like Pluto and Capricorn wanted the truth, and a lot of people was coming up, bringing up the brutally harsh, honest truth. It's going to come up the same way. And people who don't like real, they like to deal with surface level shit. And a lot of y'all who says some shit that came to light, people don't want to give you that. You get what I'm saying? So people know deep down that some shit you said, it will come out, that they don't want to admit it. You get what I'm saying? Somebody who's very intuitive, who drunk the water of truth, that told something, that says something was to come to light, but people try to negate it like it's being negative. Because like I said, most people are on some surface level shit. But Capricorn, when it comes to Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, especially when Pisces is at its wits end, like I don't have no choice but to honor that even if it hurt my feelings, you have said something that's true. That's the purpose of the sea goat. The sea goat will say some shit and you ain't gonna like it. You could tell somebody every day, I'm tired of seeing you wear your breath stinking, your dirty socks, you ain't brush your teeth good. And people would be like, well, you gotta say it to a person that's nice. After a while, if that's the person you're dating, or if that's the person that's coming to work, or if that's the person who's showing up, you tend to say it in a way that you're tired of saying it. Look, there's no nice way to say it. Let me tell you that it's healing. Hi, good day. You want them to be in a place where that even if you didn't like what I'm saying, well, it's coming from me, somebody who's passionately caring. And welcome, Capricorn. We tend to say things that will be brutally honest, and we don't mean it in a negative way. It's just like, look, if I don't say it, who else is going to say it? And that's where we come from. And most don't do that. People want you to say it in a way where you want them, they want you to talk to them like nice, surface level, and they will try to make you feel bad for saying such things in a way that you that make they'll try and put you in a place where you have to say things tonight. But there is no nice way to say the things that, if they've been in your life for over a few years, or even if you've been dealing with them, you saying it to help them, but they want to victimize themselves. So I see this as a victimization, but at the same time, you're like, I don't care if it hurts your feelings. Somebody has to be forget the elephant in the room. Fuck the elephant. Don't y'all see an elephant in the room? That's what this seems like to me. Like, you see an elephant in the room, you're going to say there's an elephant in the room, while everybody will be quiet because they see this fucking elephant in the room and nobody's saying nothing. So you're at this place, but at the same time, either you're going to say it or you're going to keep it in a closed mouth. And I would rather me say it than me sit around and go to a party knowing there's a damn elephant in the room, and the elephant took a shit and everybody's still sitting there eating and drinking. I'm not sitting around that. When you got a lot of Capricorn placements, the Capricorn's going to be like, I ain't sitting around this shit because I smell shit in here. Y'all see the elephant shit, and they ain't got nowhere to go to the bathroom. Y'all going to get to that place. Y'all going to get to that place, and you're going to say what you got to say, and then go back. So, okay, I said what I had to say. I'm healed in that vein, while everybody else got to work on the surface level. Okay? That's what I see with those three cards. Again, this is, I don't give a fuck about what nobody say, or I don't give a damn about what nobody say. If they're not honest with themselves, at least I have that energy to not let it drain me. While everyone else would not say anything, and it stays at a place where it keeps them stagnated. I know a lot of Capricorns, I've been to parties and I find out later on, I'll be like, you have a certain feature, you're a Capricorn. They'd be like, correct. I'd be like, do you feel like you need to be? They'd be like, no, I don't need to be here. I don't want to be here, but I'd rather be home, this, that, and third place. But I'm here to show support for a certain person, but yet this person is around a certain group of people that they have to please. We can people please, but not to the degree that we can't tell even our bosses what you don't like. And I noticed that about us. Even if it's our boss, we'll tell our boss, yeah, we're going to do this, but I don't personally like this. I'm not going to work for this. And we don't kiss ass like how people will make it seem. There's some people who will make it seem like they're working for a certain company, corporation, whether it's family, friends, or whatever, and they'll keep this type of thing quiet. You're at a place like, look, I'm not afraid of losing or letting go. I don't care what it costs me, because my peace, my inner peace, not the surface level peace, but it's disturbing your peace. And you must be either living around these people or notice these people, and even if it's a store you go to frequently and you see a certain thing and you're like, I'm tired of seeing this, I'm going to remove myself. That's what this feels like to me. You're going to remove yourself from this energy that constantly proves you right. You're right. Your intuition is correct. But if you keep going there, it's going to look like, then if you didn't feel, if you knew that, why would you say something? But if you say something, you will look negative. Upright, it will look negative plus the other cards. So you would have been sitting around the elephant in the room. But this time around, you're learning to keep silent and remove yourself. That's exactly what this looks like. Okay? And for some of you guys, it might look like it says spouse in reverse. It may be spouse. It don't have spouse to me don't necessarily mean the relationship you have with someone, but it can mean a relationship that you keep with anybody. I don't care if it's somebody who sweeps, who comes to your house and cleans anything. You're like, look, I'm tired of making y'all feel comfortable at the sake of my peace. It's personal because spouses are personal. So this means it's either work relationship, anywhere you see something that you do on a daily day basis. If whatever that disturbs your peace, you don't have a mind saying it, but you're getting to a place where you might have to feel like, if I got to keep quiet, these people going to feel my uncomfortability. Well, I ain't got to open my god dogged mouth. You know, that type of energy. So I respect that for you guys that's getting to that place, because truth be told, it's not the right way to say the truth. It's not a right way to handle business. There is no right way. Even if you got bills and bill collectors are calling you like, hello, we got to collect the bill. You're like, look, I'm unemployed. What more do you want? I can make a phone call of, I can make a payment plan, but if the money ain't coming in, I'm not going to pay the money. Like, this is how we are. We are like that. But most people want you to be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Is there any other way? You're like, cut all that fluff. You know my situation. I know the situation. Y'all know the situation. Don't fuck with me. You get what I'm saying? And that's the truth. You're in your own truth. At some place, shape, or form, you ain't letting nobody come into a place where they're going to disturb your peace. Some of you guys are conflicted. Some of y'all might find yourselves going back to church. Some of y'all might find your own space to find your own personal spirituality, whether it's behind closed doors. And may I ask you, please take 3 hours. Three is important for you guys, because Capricorns are very spiritual beings. People like to say the dark side on Capricorns on the narcissistic side. They try to say we go back into spirituality, but we're spiritual beings. Sometimes we have to get back in touch for those who we can't connect to. That's for us to say, let's get back in touch with God. If you tend to lose your way and you want a support group, because you're everyone's support group. You're the stern support group. You're the mommies, daddies, grandpas support group. You'll find yourself in a way of being a support group while everybody else go bullshit. And when they fall short, they call you. I promise you, and I know this to be true, y'all will find yourselves back in the way of being someone else's support group when they fall short. You're the actual fucking therapist. You better notice, you're the spiritual therapist. You'll hear everyone else's problem. You'll still dish them out money knowing that they need it. All these things that anyone could paint you to be the reverse out of. Because when we fuss for 2-3+ hours. Fuss, but end up doing the right thing, giving out support, doing everything we got to do. So this means that it's likely to come from the support group of anyone or anything, or something you see that's within your support group. Let's just say you're you're a good friend of the friend's wife or husband or girlfriend or whatever it is. You might be that person, but then you see sneaky, shady ways. But if you say something, you look negative. Thank you, universe, for that. That's what this card meant in reverse. Like if you see, if you're a friend's, if you and your friend, your man or wife got a good friend, and you see something out of the way of the friend or the wife. Thank you, universe. If you see the friend or the wife out of order, you might keep it to yourself at first, but then you see things, but you feel it. And it's not that you thinking negative, but you see something off. You might call it out. And thank you, universe. Let me see what I got with that. They might, you might say something and they might be like, why you say that? Because this is a opposition. Naturally, a opposition. Ooh, both of them. You got a page and a king. You got two energies that's against what you say. Because you always get that. Y'all naturally get the energies of people opposing what you say. But in truth, you said something that was correct. You said something. And you called it out to be true. But they don't want to take that information you gave them. So they would rather oppose you on it. And you be correct. Correct. You could be correct. But it'll look like if, since you said something, you looking like you got a hidden agenda, but it's not, that's not the case. You called something out, whether it's a relationship, whatever, even if somebody you broke up with, you said, I see this person doing XYZ, they're gonna naturally oppose you based on you're outspoken. And it's not in a negative way. You just blatantly, you're gonna speak from not just emotions, but a spiritual place. And when you combine emotions, spirit, and groundedness, it's going to naturally sound like it's negative. It's going to be like a ring that nobody want to hear. And most people don't want to hear that ring in the ear of truth. So having said that, you already know. Don't fight it. You know it. You got that. You got the natural intuition that puts you in a place to say something you needed to say. But sometimes not everybody's ready to hear it. That's where I'm going with this. And they want you, Capricorns is brutally honest. So most people say, oh, we think we know everything, right? We always get those types that'll make it seem like we think we know everything. But it's not that you think you know everything. You speak so much with emphasis that they assume that you're telling them rather than you're saying something. You could say something with so much discernment and wisdom and everything that can guide someone that it will make them feel like you're telling me what to do. But that's not the case. You're saying it because you're correct. So they rather take that. It's a manipulation. But they don't know that it's a manipulation. So allow people to be where they are. And that's what I saw with the Six of Cups in reverse. That they see they're wounded. And it's like you're always telling me, you telling me what you want me to do. You telling me what you think it is. But the truth is, you spoke it correct. And they got to lick their wounds, and then they got to count their lessons and blessings. So it's something in between the message that you're going to have to relinquish. I can't make this up. I ain't playing with cards. You're going to be soundly correct. I don't care who it is. It can be with somebody you with, somebody from anything. Good day. How are you? Your information is correct, Capricorn. This is Asia in reverse. This is energy that they know you're telling the truth, but they want to calculate. If math, math has a bunch of probabilities. They want to probable the information that you're actually saying. But the truth is, you're correct. And they don't want to give you your gratification. Mine's good, thank you. It's something about y'all's information that is correct, but people don't want to give you your flowers. Don't worry about people giving you your flowers. Don't worry about that. Just let you know your intuition ain't off. And it's not that you think it from a negative place, but how about being so intuitive that since you know their situation, how about moving forward? That's what this information is about. Karmic relationships. You can know so much about theirs that it's time for you. Since I know about your shit, let me focus back on me. And the thing about knowing what's going on for you, that might be a blur. You understand? So thank you, universe, for that. You can know so much about somebody else's stuff because you already lived their energy. It drew you in. So when it comes to you, you're a blur. How about the disconnect? Disconnect yourself from others' karmic relationships. Disconnect yourselves because you already got the key to all the bag of craziness. This says mother. Some of you guys with mother, we are mothering nature. We're fathering nature. We're always shadowing people that they still blame us. They'll blame their mama for the wrong mistakes. They'll blame something that, let me see what the universe is trying to tell me. Something told me to keep silent on that and see. Let me see what comes out with this message. Thank you, universe. This says, step out of your comfort zone. That's what a mother does. A mother does step out of their comfort zone. And it says step out of your comfort zone. And this one says prosperity is ahead. Moon in Taurus. And this one says North Node. So when we step out of our comfort zone, and then the moon in Taurus, if you notice, this is fixed energy versus North Node. Your North Node is who you're deemed to be. So step out of who you already know you're meant to be. Taurus like to hold on to things. Remember, Taurus is fixed. Fixed is fixed. I wouldn't call it stubborn. I would call it naive. Sometimes something so naive, it'll be like, well, I made the mistake. That's my mistake. Don't worry about my mistake. Capricorns ain't like that. Capricorns are like, I made the mistake. I'm going to go somewhere and look, overlook, overlook. And we decimate that shit till when we walk in, people can't stand the results that you got from looking into something. Taurus don't like that. Taurus will keep proving its point. This the beginning of the chart, you're the end. So when you're in something outside of fixed, we don't know what fixed is like because you could see something so fixed, you could tell a fixed they don't want it. A Capricorn could go through something and be like, I knew that was going to happen, but I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt for the XYZ reason. That's what makes us so resilient. The end of the energy of every sign at the end of the chart. The end of the chart is Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The last energies are the energies that understand, okay, I fucked up and now I'm no longer looking back to this. So when you realize you're no longer fixed, the hardest thing to do is close that book bag because you packed. What we do, we pack. We pack. We emotionally pack. We spiritually pack. We not emotionally, spiritually, physically, and energetically pack. So people will be laughing, oh, But at the end of the day, when you do what the fuck you gotta do, you look good doing it. And people don't like that resilience behind that. They want you to look like you broken. And when we look like we broken and we need help, what happened? We don't get the gratification. We don't get the help. We don't get none of that. People will still know we broken and still ask you for fucking advice. Am I lying, goats? They'll still ask you for advice and will not come back and say thank you. I can guarantee you I know this to be true. They could know you suffering. They could know you unemployed. They could know all that shit and still ask your ass, do you have money? Do you have? Because they know in every opposition the life the Lord ever gave you, can they have? It don't matter what your circumstances. They know how to ask you, regardless to what you have. And I find that as audacity, and I don't mean audacity in a negative way. I mean as audacity, and if it was you, they'll be like, you see, you know. But when it's the other way around for you, it's like, you supposed to know. It's a difference. So again, this tells me that at some point, this is where you got to be. It's not you're being mean. It's not that you're not taking the advice. It's not that you're not discerning, because you always discern. We discern so scary that it makes people uncomfortable, to where people will feel like you're being negative. Remember, the devil in the card, it doesn't mean that the devil is negative. Most people are trying to make it seem like it's negative, but the devil speaks the truth, whether it's brutally honest or anything. So again, they'll feel like it's your audacity to speak in a way. If you had to prove something, let's just say you had to prove that somebody's lying and you got all the facts. They'll try and make it seem like, well, I don't know that they did this, because they might have something. Let me see. Thank you, universe. Star in reverse. They might have something towards this person to be like, well, I know this person to be nice speaking. They ain't never speak like you. You always sound like you brutally honest. And not everybody want to hear it, so you might have to defend yourself. No more time to defend yourself. How about relinquish? This is a relinquish energy right here. This is the energy that you need to relinquish something, to where you're like, I'm going to let y'all fuck up so bad that when you call me, I won't be there. I'm going to get so fixed that I won't be there. You're going to live in your North Node. Whatever your North Node is, you guys. Whatever your North Node is. I don't give a fuck if it's in Scorpio. Relinquish it. Because the hardest thing for a fixed energy to do is to relinquish something. So when you're in your North Node, you got to live in it. Even if it's a fixed energy, you got to relinquish something that might mean that it might cost you everything. Thank you, universe, for that beautiful message. What else for my gorgeous goats? Goats, our energy is so serious. It's so serious, you got to relinquish. The star came back up, but I don't want to know what the star is. I want to know what else, what other messages is coming in for you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Again, you might have to consult, go within, take 3 hours of meditation. 3 hours. You see this? This is somebody who's manifesting, creating. You might have to go within. Spiritually go within. Take within yourself and write down what is. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's not that your money not fucking with you. I want y'all, because a lot of us come into these readings to hear about money. Let's keep it real, goats. You know we come up in these readings to find out about money. It ain't always love. Love is alright, but we rather money. This not about money. This is about spirituality. It looks like money, but the truth is spirituality and money runs hand in hand. And the only thing disturbing your peace that stop your money flow, Capricorns, is love. It ain't a person personally. It's the people who we put in our flow of money. Keep that, look at it really well. This, I don't know how to mirror the cameras looking at you, but I be trying to flip it, but they tell us to get this software and do all that. It ain't that somebody's putting something on you. It's the mental impact we have on ourselves. And for the next while, we're going to have to realize not giving a fuck is going to draw you a lot of money. Remember when we went through it, we got a lot of money when we had to push through? This time is relaxing and get the money to push through. Remember when Pluto was in Capricorn, we had to fight our way through our bag. It's no more about that. It's about standing in your truth and getting to that bag. Now it's a whole nother level. After that, when Pluto going to Pisces, we're going to have to prove spiritually how to get that bag. It's like after you talked it, walked it, said it, now be it. That's exactly where we are. Now it's about to say it. This is about who you think you are. Who Capricorn think they are about their bag. I don't give a fuck who in my life. If they piss me off a certain amount, I disappear. I get quiet, they get worried. That's what this look like. They get quiet. When you get quiet, they get worried about what's going on in your mind. And there's even some who may even be afraid, whether it's your supervisor. Supervisors are worried about how you might move because it's something you saw. They're scared of something you saw. And I'm not making this up. It's something you saw. Something you noticed that I said that struck something in you. Even if you go to another reader outside of me that could word it better, I want y'all to give me my flowers on this because I can't make it up. It's something y'all said that is going to be open, that give y'all that mental work, that's going to rent space in your head, that's going to wake y'all up, and y'all going to work on that. Don't let nobody come in and disturb your peace. Sometimes y'all could be with the nicest person in the world. Right, Capricorn? Y'all could be with the nicest person in the world at first. But then y'all worry about this person being so damn draining. Show me, universe, about these energies. Y'all could be with people. It don't matter if it's a job. Again, it came back up again. I just split it a few times and I covered it and it came back out. You could be with somebody so sweet and they can drain you. But they're nice. But you're torn between a rock and a hard place. But at the same time, it's not gratifying. Y'all looking for that place that give you something, but you feel like it's an on-hill battle because it got nothing to do with them. It's you. Go. I'm not telling y'all nothing wrong. Please live in the truth with me. Y'all know deep down, somebody could be so good for you. Temperance means be patient with them, but sometimes you got to leave people where they are to get to your happy place. And sometimes your happy place might look mean, but in the end, you'll see that they're there blowing a candle out with you, telling you congratulations. So where is your congratulations at the end of that? I promise you, you won't have no opposition. Those same people going to be there. They're going to be there. Please listen to what I'm telling you. These the ones you got to look out for. The ones that's watching you work and they want to badmouth you and want to block you. They can't block you. Only thing that's going to block you is you. The only thing that's going to block you is you. Yes, because I'm not telling you nothing wrong. The only thing that's going to block you is you. And those who try to mimic you. Those who will watch you work and they'll try and copy your work and they'll hear the things you say. Why did that fall? It says a new romantic cycle is coming. Sometimes you'll have people, if you notice it's the scale, they're going to watch you. You'll have people who watch you. Scales is, I think, Libra. Libra's Venus. So you're going to have Librans, Venusians, Taurus watch you. The best way to know your enemy, or some people who secretly like you but don't like you, or some people who love you but don't like you, because people could love you and don't like you, or like you and don't love you. This is that energy. It can be fixed or at some form, which is this energy. You put it upside down, the scales will be imbalanced, and upright, it'll be a supportive friend, family, or whatever. And it's usually for Venus, if this is Venus, because it says, yeah, it says Libra. Libra is the relationship house, and relationships house is any relationship, whether it's person, place, or thing. Families is not a real relationship. Families are familiar. And I tell a lot of people, I could argue with people. I'd be like, family is blah, blah, blah. But the word, you shorthand dictionary, get into the shorthand dictionary. I promise you, you can't go wrong. The word fam is just short for familiar. You don't want somebody familiar taking you down. I'd rather take myself down before I let anybody come into my world and take me down. Give me my likes for that. I'd rather me take me down before I let somebody who God put in front of me to take me down and make me great. I'd rather take myself down to build me up. You don't want that Venus energy to take you down. Because truth be told, they'll want you to give your power away so they can look like they helped you after it was you doing the saving. Don't save someone so they can look like they're your savior. Because then you feel like you're in debt forever. And we don't like feeling like we're in debt. We like to continually grow ourselves. And when you give too much of your power away of giving yourselves, you find yourself in debt to someone. When you look back, you be like, nigga, why did I down myself so I could build you up? But you didn't realize that in the process. They could trick you. That's on some real shit. Don't give too much of yourself. You're powerless. Thank you, universe, for that gorgeous message. Capricorn, again, this is Venus energy. Up and up. You don't want them fake people who's acting like they're your best interests. You don't want to feel helpless. You want to be empowered. Empress is good, but the highest card in the deck starts off as the Fool, but it ends being the Devil. It ends being the Devil, then the High Priestess. Okay, because that's after you learn to let go of attachments. You become the High Priestess, where you're already all those things and more. So do not keep finding yourself stuck to physical things. You don't want to be stuck to physical things all in the name of something that might say the right words. I'm not going to ever tell y'all the right words. If y'all come here, sometimes I might say things that may disturb your peace for the day, but please come back, and when you look back, you'll be like, okay, she said some shit that I didn't like, but I get it. Because that's where goats are. If you're in a multiple place of placements as goat as I am, it is going to sometimes say things sound unsoothing. But that's where we are. Where we learn to cut the fluff. We cut the brown off the grass. So once we cut that grass and we done cutting the brown, we dig it up. That's where we are. We're underneath all of that. Like, forget all that brown soil. Fuck where the grass is green. Because when that grass die, I got to water it and rebuild it. That's who we are. Naturally and energy. We don't like fluff. We're down to earth. We're the last earth signs. So we don't care about being told things to be nice. If you're the earth sign that likes to be told nice things, you got a lot of water placements. But when we're done there, you say everything, whether it hurts or not. I know deep down, you're from a place that you want somebody to grow. I know that about a lot of you, whether y'all know it about yourselves or not. Get to that place where you ain't allowing nobody to play no games with y'all. So this tells me that y'all got a lot of rehabilitation to do. Or you're around people that you find yourselves rehabilitating and it's draining you, that you got to find these places. Let me see what else the cards is trying to tell me for this. Oh, this going to be scary because I ain't used this card. Sacral chakra. I see sacral chakra as the last card here. So sacral chakra is your heart's desire. Your heart's desire is whatever you make it to be. I don't care what it is. Your sacral chakra is giving birth. Some of y'all need some good sex. Sometimes you need sex with yourself. I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep it real. No matter what age you are. Next one is foundations and achievements. Some of you guys, number four means man, meaning something you built from yourself. Whatever oath you made to yourself, whatever things. Some of y'all are looking for new houses. Some of y'all are going back to school. Good. I know for a fact you're going back to school. Some of y'all is just studying at home or starting back from scratch. I heard the word algebra. Algebra. Algebra is math. Some of y'all are going back to the math of things, like getting back to basics. Orange, gold, green, blue, lavender, or maybe even purple might be it. These are all the colors of the chakra that y'all need to get back to. So with this energy, this tells me y'all going back to basics. I'm proud of you guys who's doing it. Even if it takes a few days, give yourselves increments of 3 days. I'm not lying because I know this to be true. Give yourselves 3 days. Every 3 days, because we got a portal coming in. Not the regular portal that they talk about, that spiritual portal. No, we're talking about something beyond that for us, for Saturn-born babies that is coming in. For when you speak something, it's going to give you an energy. I can't speak it online because that's when our enemies know how to try to maneuver us. Not that they can stop you, but they can stagnate. Okay? So I want you to create it in increments of 3s and let the third day that you suit for yourself be the most powerfulest day. Also, recognition and reward. Can't make that up. That's a 3. Recognition and rewards in the same colors I just told you is going to be a recognition and reward. And behind that, I seen balance. Because like I said, a scale is involved. But don't let nobody know, even your partners. Because Capricorns, we can love so much. Sometimes we so sacrificial, we'll tell our partner everything. And the partner, 7th house, Libra, Venus, will be the one to break you down. Remember, the 7th house is your open enemy. 7th house is your open enemy. 12th house, Pisces, is the lies you tell to yourself. Remember, Libra, which is Venus, is exalted, and Neptune in Pisces. It can exalt. So your partner, 7th house, can be your open enemy. But the 12th house is the lies you tell to yourself. That's why when I started, the moon was there. It can be the lies you tell to yourself. So remember, only you can be your worst enemy. Give me a like for that. Again, came back to the same thing because that's what the universe want to emphasize for you. Rewards and recognition. Increments of 3s. I promise you can't go wrong. Some of you guys, when I see the hands on the thigh with this card, the hands on the thighs with this card, y'all forgot to pray as often as you should or prostrate in humility. Some of y'all forgot gratitude. This is about gratitude. You can tell everybody else to be grateful, but you forget to be grateful. What are you grateful for? Increments of 3s. Write something to yourself in 3s. By that 3rd time, you act on it. And you cannot go wrong. Again, your solar plexus, that's what started it. Remember, I said sacral, but I know what I meant when I said solar. I said sacral, but I meant to say solar plexus. This is your heart's desire. Your heart's desire. Your sacral is what you give birth to. Then the solar plexus is what you bring forth. And this number is 3. So these are the things that you need to bring forth. Speak it in 3s. Didn't I tell you 3 was going to be significant? Can't make this up. I'm never off. Thank you, universe. Okay, we also have the 2. Sacral, because I can't make this up. Sacral is what you're brewing, but then the 3s is what you bring forth. 19, sacral and solar plexus energy. You see it both? Sacral and solar plexus is what you bring forth. You get 19, which is my birthday. Then you have light in reverse, something that might distort whatever you got going on. And throat is what you speak to be true. So all these energies, some of you guys may be vocal speakers, vocal coaches. Some of y'all might be going through fertility issues with this. Or when your womanhood comes, I want y'all to get something called a womb cleanser. There's teas out there. There's teas. They have stuff that help you guys to cleanse. People will say that certain things don't matter, but all this stuff is relative to our ancestors, which means there is a code of law of how we should do things. There's womb cleansers for man and woman. This is not just about a woman reading. This is a man as well. So 2, 5, 17, and then 19. Those are very significant to your reading. Something about the throat, something about whatever you're brewing that's blocking you. That's why I say you're sacral, man and woman. You got to cleanse these things to bring forth whatever you got going on. Let me see if there's any more. Any more for Capricorn's message, please? Thank you. Let me see. Truth. Because I can't make none of this up. If you notice, it's every color that I brung up in every card. And the number here is 20, which is 2. 2 is also significant, meaning self and spirit. Self and spirit. This is not about children. This is not about nothing else. This is about you getting in touch with yourselves. I love you guys. I know I left a lot of things out, you know, but y'all going to find that in other readers. And when y'all look back, you're going to be like, Max said this, but somebody might go in details with the fast words of throwing other things in. But I'm simplistic because that's who we are. We're Earth. You're going to get fire that throws a bunch of things, and then you're going to get somebody with Mercury who's going to give you vision, shapes, and other words. But I promise you, my information is never will stare you off. And all these still boils down to what I said. Thank you, and you're more than welcome, and I appreciate you. See you soon. Hope this helps. 3s, and I promise you, you can't go wrong. By that 3rd one, take it to the stars. If you got to, put it in a flower, bury it in a flower. I used to work, one of my clients, I had a home health aide job. One of my clients I'm no longer with anymore, but I still do the job. One of my clients, when I used to leave her house, I used to see this lady who was her neighbor. She would be digging up the soil. She was Spanish. She would always smoke cigarettes. She would do whatever she's doing that she don't think I know. And she would dig up the soil, and she would dig the stuff in the ground, and she would bury it. I know because I do this. I ain't going to tell her what I know. But I see her do this, which only confirms that the universe moves the same way as you. Do what you got to do in 3s. When you're done, bury it. If you got to burn it, dig it up, put it in the soil, and water it. So shall it be. See you guys later.